Hello, my name is Andy and welcome to your virtual Cultivation Kitchen course. I'd like to give a special thank you to Walpole Media for helping us safely record 6 feet apart in the studio today, which is why I am not wearing my mask. So today we will be discussing the importance of dairy and how to easily incorporate it into our meals. We will be making meatball sub bites for our recipe today. So to begin, does anyone know what the 9 essential nutrients are in dairy? If you don't know, that's okay. We are going to review the importance of dairy and what it provides for us. Dairy provides us with calcium, vitamin D, phosphorus, potassium, vitamin B12, riboflavin, vitamin A, niacin, and protein. That sounds like a mouthful, but each of these 9 nutrients plays a role and helps fuel our bodies and ensure that we are receiving all of the right nutrients to help us grow. Even if you are lactose intolerant or have a lactose sensitivity, it's still possible to enjoy all of those benefits of dairy. By adding even a little bit of cheese, a small glass of milk, or 1 cup of yogurt to your day, you can receive all 9 of these nutrients to fuel your body. Let's begin with our recipe to help you incorporate 1 cup of dairy at a time. Everyone should have their ingredients out in front of them for this recipe. These ingredients include a crescent roll, 12 meatballs, grated mozzarella cheese, and pasta sauce. Now, before we start, everybody be sure to wash your hands with soap and water. Each of you should have a 12-cup muffin tin, and we'll be using this to make our meatball sub bites. Everybody, please preheat your ovens to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and spray your muffin tin with non-stick cooking spray. So first we're going to unroll the crescent dough and using a knife and cutting board, carefully cut the dough into 12 equal squares. So we're going to unroll our dough onto a cutting board or clean surface. Now to cut the dough, you want to first cut right down the middle and then cut each half into a half. It should be fairly easy to cut. And then, if it's easier, you can rotate your cutting board to help you cut this way into thirds. So this way you should have 12 pieces in the end. It's okay if they're not perfect squares, but they should be almost equal. And then make sure that you have sprayed your muffin tin. Each one. And now we can press each square into each muffin tin cup. And you want to make sure the dough sides come up a little bit. I can show you. Just like that. So you want to do this for each one, because next we're going to be doing some measuring to fill each of these to help make our meatball sub bites. Alright, so next we're going to be adding a small amount of pasta to each muffin tin cup. So to do this, carefully measure out 1 cup of pasta sauce into a measuring cup. You might splash a little bit to get to that 1 cup line as best you can. And then using a teaspoon, you can just use this exact cup, and then we're going to be placing one in each muffin tin cup, right in the center. Each one. Okay. This will make our meatballs nice and moist. All right. Remember that 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons in case you don't have a teaspoon or tablespoon. So next we're going to measure out 1 cup of grated mozzarella cheese, and this is our dairy in this recipe. And then using your cup of grated mozzarella cheese, we're going to sprinkle on top of that pasta sauce. So this is not an exact measurement, but just try to get to that 1 cup line as best you can. And it's as simple as just using your fingers and putting some in each muffin tin cup. And it's kind of a personal preference if you want a little or a lot of cheese, but the most important part is knowing that you're incorporating dairy into this recipe. All right, this is what it should look like so far. So next we're going to be adding a frozen meatball to each cup. So your frozen meatballs do not need to be defrosted beforehand. They can come straight from your freezer. So we're just going to put them in each cup right on top of the cheese and sauce. And you don't need to push down, just place them right on top. Then we're going to add another spoonful of pasta, or teaspoon or tablespoon of pasta, onto each meatball. All right. It doesn't have to go perfectly on, just right on top. This again will help keep our meatball sub bites nice and moist. All right, and you might have a little bit of sauce left, and that's okay. All right, and then lastly, we're going to sprinkle the rest of our cheese, and if you have some left, that's okay, onto the top of our meatballs to top them off. Again, adding some more dairy into this recipe and some of those nutrients that we talked about earlier. So you just finished off your 1 cup of cheese. You should be all set. And enough of your muffin tin cup should be filled, and you should have your dough, pasta sauce, cheese, meatballs covered with sauce and cheese. And you can place your completed muffin tray in the oven for 15 minutes at 375 degrees to cook. Now, while everybody is waiting for their meatball sub bites to cook, I'd like to again review the importance of dairy. In this recipe, we use mozzarella cheese. Cheese is an excellent source of calcium, which gives us strong teeth and bones. Just like other nutrients, calcium keeps us and our hearts healthy and boosts our immune system. It's important to incorporate cheese into our meals, and it's also possible to do so even if you're lactose intolerant. You can enjoy natural cheeses such as cheddar, Colby Jack, Swiss, and Parmesan because these cheeses contain minimal amounts of lactose. Just remember that cheese is a great source of fat, protein, and many vitamins and minerals that promote bone and heart health. So, if your meatball sub bites are all done cooking, they should look something like this. I hope your meatball sub bites come out delicious and you are all able to enjoy your 1 cup of dairy from this recipe. You can use this recipe and many others alike to receive your 9 essential nutrients to properly fuel your bodies. Thank you.